I'm Edwina.
I'm Tim.
And we're from Perfect Earth Project. And because we won't be seeing you this year at the Earth Day Fair, we decided to do something that harks back to the original Earth Day 50 years ago, in which people were at a high moment of back to the land. So this is something that we're doing here at Marsh House, which is our experimental and demonstration garden. And we thought, well, this is perfect to share for this moment because it's very back to the land. We are scything my meadow. Every year the meadow has to get cut. This year we're doing it by hand.
Scything for us is a way of connecting to the earth, connecting to the way things used to be. It's an old process and it worked really well for a lot of people for a long time. It's something that's very easy on the body and easy on the earth as well, and actually helps to encourage habitats and protect the habitats that are already there.
So one of the beautiful things about scything is that it leaves trails, they're called windrows, and so for the moment we will let this dry and then make a haystack with that, since no biomass leaves the property, another part of the perfect landscape. What in the world does scything have to do with you? What place in your life? Well, actually, it's a message. It's about thinking differently about your relationship to your place, to your piece of land or a piece of land you love. How can you treat it as a member of your family, as something that has a life of its own and you're a partner with it? How can you care for it in a way that considers everything? Bring earthy back to Earth Day. Thank you.
On this 50th anniversary of Earth Day week, Drawdown East End is sending you our heartfelt wishes for health. I am Dorothy Riley. We bring you local Project Drawdown solutions to reduce greenhouse gases, to reverse global warming, and to bring future health to humankind and all living creatures. We're beginning one of many powerful pledges, Drawdown Solution number 3, reduce food waste. Let's hear from my awesome Drawdown colleagues.
Why am I taking this pledge? Because Americans waste 40% of our food. It's such a waste of land, energy, water, and all that food loss. And I can do something about that. That's empowering.
The United Nations goal is to reduce food waste by 50% in 10 years. And Project Drawdown's goal is to reduce food waste and food loss by 75% in 30 years. So all of us pledge to reduce food waste by 50% this year. If everyone does this, we can eliminate 40,000 tons of CO2 emissions in the towns of Southampton and East Hampton alone.
For me, it starts with planning my meals for my family and myself for the week. I've pledged to shop with a list and cook more than we eat so that we eat leftovers for lunch and dinner, freeze extra for later, and put it into a soup at the end of the week. This helps me reach my goal to reduce food waste by 50% or better.
Second is purchasing. That includes food miles. I lower my miles when I shop once a week with a list locally. Farm stands first, and I've joined a CSA.
The Long Island Farm Bureau has a list of open farm stands, and it's on our website, drawdowneastend.org.
My favorite way to reduce food waste is to use everything. Vegetable scraps go into freezer bags to make stock later. Bones become stock or reduced to a glaze. In fact, I just made a delicious watercress soup with stock from vegetable scraps and a little chicken broth. Nothing to the landfill.
I'll be reducing my food waste by simply emptying my freezer of those unmarked mystery packages. It's a fun culinary challenge to create a new dish, maybe a soup or a new pasta sauce. A lot of resources were consumed to produce that food, and so by using all that I have, I will not let those resources go to waste.
I'm pledging to monitor my food waste. What went bad because I didn't eat it in time, or maybe I overbought? My goal is 0 food scraps to the landfill where it decomposes and creates methane, 34 times more powerful than carbon dioxide. So don't forget compost, no waste to the landfill, no greenhouse gases, and better soil for my garden.
In this time of housebound opportunity, as we think more broadly, By working within our four walls, we can be hugely impactful beyond our four walls. Join us in taking this food waste pledge. We at Drawdown East End are developing an exciting drawdown game with personal climate action plans that we think you will want to be part of. Join us in the coming weeks at drawdowneastend.org as we do everything possible so that in 50 more years of Earth Day, we are celebrating a thriving planet with you. Let us know how you're doing at #DrawdownEastEnd.
Game
Game
on!
on.
On.
Thank you so much for joining us. Stay safe.
Hi, I'm John Andrews, co-leader of the Long Island East chapter of the Citizens Climate Lobby. The Citizens Climate Lobby is a national organization whose goal is the enactment of carbon pricing in the United States. Carbon pricing is the most effective way to achieve meaningful reductions in greenhouse gas emissions. What is carbon pricing? Simply put, the federal government would charge producers and importers of fossil fuels a fee proportional to the amount of carbon dioxide emitted when these fuels are burned. The proceeds would be returned to the American people as monthly dividends in equal shares. The fee would start small, but increase each year until America's carbon emissions were reduced to a sustainable level. The fee would drive our economy inexorably toward energy efficiency and carbon-free sources of energy. The dividends would generate millions of new, green jobs. There's a bipartisan bill in Congress called the Energy Innovation and Carbon Dividend Act. To learn more about the bill and how you can help to get it passed, please Google Citizens Climate Lobby. There's another organization called Drawdown that is also working to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. You might worry that they are competing with each other. Actually, Citizens Climate Lobby and Drawdown fit together very well because they have different tasks. Drawdown's task is to highlight the many ways that greenhouse gas emissions can be reduced. Citizens Climate Lobby is laser-focused on enacting the most effective way to make these reductions happen. I hope you will add the Citizens Climate Lobby to your environmental action portfolio. Visit citizensclimatelobby.org or just Google us. There is no membership fee. By joining Citizens Climate Lobby, you'll add to the more than 200,000 voices already speaking out for effective action now.
My name's Erica Serena, and I'm a writer and artist and wildlife rehabilitator from Long Island, New York. I'm currently in Copenhagen, Denmark, with my husband Rasmus and my new puppy, Sabi. Hi, Sabi. Today I'm going to run through a demo with you. I've been doing a lot of watercolor and ink paintings to kind of relax and keep a cool head during this crisis. And it's a good way to remind myself why I do what I do, which is to protect and capture the beauty in nature, specifically in the oceans. So today I'm going to paint a nice ocean scene, and I'm going to start by sketching it out. That's usually my first step in doing this. So I'm just going with whatever comes to my mind. I kind of like to think of all the sailing trips I've been on, and you know, despite all seeing all that plastic, there's so much beauty out there. You're out on the ocean for 24 days and 24 nights, and you really see a lot of beauty as well. So I'm going to kind of close my eyes and picture one of the most beautiful scenes I've seen, and then just sketch it out. Once I've sketched it out, I'm going to start filling in the lines with ink. And that's going to give it some interest and definition. That's the next step in the process. And again, you can probably just do this at home. If you have any art supplies lying around or any pens, an old watercolor kit, you don't need top-of-the-line materials. I'm actually using very common pens and watercolor. So, you know, something you could do with your children or you can do it with yourself. I'm just really focusing on making, the water and the sky as I imagine it, and remember it to be. It doesn't have to be perfect or accurate. It's just about getting the feeling of being there and capturing that in your. So now I have a rough outline of a nice ocean scene. Lots of nice waves and some clouds and moon. Now I'm going to take out the watercolor and start mixing. What about the natural world do you think is worth saving? I challenge you to paint it at home.
My name is Cindy Pease. I live in Greenport, New York. I am an artist. I love the beauty of the natural world. When I get into the woods and walk through the marsh, it makes me so happy. And when I look out and I see my dog running around, and while I'm doing that, I'm looking for plastic. Plastic has now embedded itself into the many, many, many layers of the stones on Long Island Sound, but also the many, many beaches around the world. The great joy I feel when I'm walking through the woods in the marsh is equal to the sadness that I feel when I'm picking up the beach and I see what we've done. So I bring it all back to my studio. And I make whales out of it. I make whales, I make sea turtles, I make all kinds of sculpture out of it. I call it upsculpting. It's the combination of upcycling and sculpting. I like to use marine debris and I like to focus on plastic so people can learn about the damage that we are doing, but also I like to do it in a fun way, which is through art.